0, 1.
Let's get started.
Guys and girls, welcome back. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I have the complete Denon Heos range in today for video, and then I've got a special little testing I want to do. I was only going to do that, but I thought while I have the complete range here, I've done things like the bar and the sub and the 350, but let's quickly run over the whole range, and then I've got a very special video in a separate video after this that I want to do. Firstly, I want to quickly go into something, try and keep it as neutral as possible. If someone contacts me for a review of their product, the product comes to me, I will do a review. If I have any queries or anything about that product that I do not find good or I do not like, I will contact the supplier, chat to them about that. If they do not want me to continue with that product, I will pull the video completely. If they do not get back to me, the video will go forward. Said supplier had a product in the past which I gave a bad review, and that has left a sour taste. So now they want to send more products my way, but they think my reviews aren't fair. My reviews have always been fair. They have never not been fair. And then they want representatives here while I'm doing it. I'm not here to be bullied, guys. My videos are going to be fair, to the point. If you don't like it, do not send your products to me. Okay, I'm not going to go into a rant. I'm going to keep my cool. That has been said now. So going forward, anyone, please, if you send your products, free and fair review. Yeah, exactly what I said. I'm not going to repeat myself. So let's get into this now. Denon Home. Why I love the Denon Home range. This blends in seamlessly with your Denon and Morne's products. So for example, you have a Denon receiver, Denon or Morne's receiver in your main space. It can do 1 zone, 2 zones, depending on how far you go up, it can do up to 3 zones. So you can run, if you go into your Heos app, which I would load pictures of, you can run the movie in your main zone, you can do music in zone 2 independently of each other, and then on the bigger receivers you can do a 3rd zone. After that, you can add even more zones to your house. I think it's up to like 32 zones. If I'm correct, I will post the correct zones in the little subtitles. You add more of these Denon Home products through your house, and then for example you put the small one in a kitchen and you name that zone kitchen. You can put the bar in a bedroom and you name that bedroom. You can put etc, etc, and you can fill your whole home with audio. You can then either do music independently in all of those zones, and you can play the whole family can have the app loaded, and you can go there and you can play whatever you want in that zone. You can also control all those zones from your tablet, iPhone, wherever that app is loaded onto, and then you can even drag. Let's say you want to do a party zone and you have people coming over and you want the same music playing in your bar area, in your kitchen, and maybe the passage where the guys are walking. You can drag that into a zone and it will play synced simultaneously perfectly. I love the way it works. Your sub, you can add that into any of the zones. You can have this with a sub. You can have 2 of these played in stereo with a sub. Soundbar with a sub. You can even, when you have the soundbar in the front and you have the sub and now you want surrounds, any of these speakers can be surrounds. Might I recommend the 150 for surrounds. You don't need these big boys for surrounds. So let's get into the unboxing, and I'll quickly just give you a brief overview of what the products are, what they do, and also what they sound like. What I'll also do is I know you guys like the sound tests. I will do the sound tests of the products in the next video. Sure, this is properly in there. So you guys can also just sort of hear what they sound like going from this 150 to the 250 to the 350 and up to the bar. So this is the basic one. We use this a lot just for multi-zone audio through the Heos. As you can see on top, we have your startup guide. Then this little thing slides off. Then you have your little boy, and this is a power speaker. There goes the power cable. Power cable, all you need. This is wireless, so the only wire you need running to it is some form of power. So always keep that in mind when you're planning the system, is that you are going to need power there. But that's basically it. On top, this illuminates, and it shows you the volume, the pause. You can even add different presets on this. At the back you have a threaded insert. I'll show you the nice monitor audio bracket that you can do for this, that sort of makes it angle and out of the way. There's also another bracket I've seen from different suppliers where this stands on. Very cool. Build quality on all of Denon Home's products are super premium. So let's quickly go through the competition. Sonos is the competition to this. I've had some Sonos products. They are brilliant products, but the Heos products, Denon Home, are just better for me. Sound, much of a muchness. They sound very much the same. This build quality and finish for me wins. Just feels more premium. These also have Bluetooth added in if you don't want to do the Wi-Fi thing. Wi-Fi is the way they are meant to be used. But let's say now you don't have Wi-Fi, you can Bluetooth to this. You can't Bluetooth to a Sonos speaker, it doesn't have the Bluetooth functionality. So a few places where this trumps for me over the Sonos. At the back we have your connect button, you have your Ethernet if you want to go hard Ethernet in, USB, auxiliary, and the Bluetooth as mentioned, and then the power that goes in there. I'm just going to take the power cables out. All of these are going to be on display here at Home Cinema King, so you guys are more than welcome. Just remember, please by appointment always, and I will sort you out on a nice demo. And these will also be on my online store, link in description. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which will be the Denon Home 250. Let's unbox this. All of them have this little, very industrial little sticker at the top. I've actually tried to peel this off before. Good luck with that. I normally cut it and then get that out. And then you can flip the whole thing. All of these are very much the same in packaging. On top we have that cardboard cutout with your quick start guide on there. Slide that off. There is your speaker. Let's get this out. So basically, in a nutshell, for the guys wanting to know the technical specs, I will post them. But let me tell you that the 250 is basically two 150s just in one box. So on top again, now it's just black, but this does illuminate. Very trick. I'll post pictures. Oh, on all of these, something I forgot to add, you'll see on top there's that little microphone in there. So this has Smart Assistant built in. Your Alexa, your Google, all of this is built into this. So this is an endpoint for that. At the back, this has a little carry handle there for ease of use. Same functionality again, power cable, Bluetooth auxiliary, USB, network, and connect. Like I said, basically two of the 150s, two mid drivers, and two tweeters. This one I've not heard. So I will get to that soon. So this brings me to price on this is double the price of that. So would you rather have one of these or two of those? Let me test them first. But in theory, if I had to do this, I'll rather have two of those, because I can place them in a stereo configuration, left and right. But if you only have one power coming from one place, then obviously this will be the easier one to do. Guys, I need to apologize just again. The guys are working in the workshop, so you might hear the machinery go off in the back. Nothing I can do about that, guys. Sorry about that. So, if I can get the power cable out here, because I'm going to be connecting these as soon as I am done with this video to start with the testing. To the star of the show, this one is my absolute favorite, the 350. I did unbox this yesterday. We were at a fundraising golf day and I had all of these products on display, and this one I actually took out and played. We could fill, to give you an idea of the power, we could fill the golf front, I was hole one. We could play the audio that you could hear it perfectly everywhere, bass, everything. This thing, look at my goosebumps, never lies. This thing thunders. It thunders. Would you connect a sub to this? All of these can connect a sub. I wouldn't. There's no need. This thing has a built-in sub. Not as big as that, but it does. So on top again, same thing. Got that with the quick start guide. And what is trick of this one is I love the bag, and the sub has the same. You can actually take this speaker out in the bag. I love it. You'll see this is much bulkier and heavier than the 250, because this is two 150s, tweeters, mids, and it has a bass driver, a subwoofer built into it. Again, same black as you have on top. Just to give you a size comparison, it's much bigger than the 250. Other than that, same ordeal. So just thicker, heights, everything is just bigger. And then at the back, there's no carry handle because you have that woofer that's at the back here. And also these don't have the threaded insert like that to mount them nicely up in the wall. That makes these nice. But I have seen some nice, oh, it's got it at the bottom. I have seen some nice attachments where this sort of hooks onto it. But just keep in mind, if you're going to do a bracket, have a sturdy bracket. This is a heavy speaker. I love it. This thing thunders. So let me tell you what my idea is with said video I want to do. These can all be configured in a stereo configuration, being proper stereo, left and right. You drag them, it will ask you, do you want to use them as stereo? You can also then add a sub to that if you want, so it's left, right, and a sub. Pricing. 5,499 for the small one, 7,999, 8,000 South African rands for the 250, and this is 10,999 for the 350. So two of these essentially going to put you back 20,000 rand. So where I'm going with this, the SVS speaker I did last week, a little bit more expensive than that, but what will be better to buy? And we will do this shoot out when it comes. The SVS, the power monitors, or two of these. Actually, very legit. I do not know. Those SVS absolutely thunder, but so do these. Will these do stereo as good as the SVS? We will find out. So that's going to be the video when it comes. I think we might do the stereo on these next, and then we'll do that shootout when the SVS comes end of month. But okay, so let's move on to the soundbar, which I absolutely love as well. Last in the range of speakers, we have the Denon 550. This thing is potent, even on its own. It has decent bass, but it might be enough for the guys that just want better sound than your TV. But if you want the bass, you're gonna have to add the sub. But still, this thing is impressive. So what we have here is the power cable is already out because I have used this. This is also, all of these are my own, so this was my own personal one that I took for the show yesterday. We have an HDMI cable, we have a remote control, we have the brackets if you want to wall mount it, yes this can wall mount, and we have the quick start guide. We also have an optical cable hidden underneath there, so very complete. Everything you need is in this box. So let's take out this, take out that, and let's get the soundbar out of the box. Okay, there you go. Again, very premium build on this. It's got this matte gray on top that illuminates like all the others, and then I'll show you an internal shot of how the speakers are on this. And yes, these are Dolby Atmos enabled soundbars. How it does the Atmos audio, I do not know. Does it actually decode it? Does it physically? I do not know. That is something I've not been able to figure out. I would always say on a soundbar, if you want to go Dolby Atmos, it's basically just there to tick a box. Are you really going to get Dolby Atmos? No. That is when you go full cinema, and the only real way to get Dolby Atmos is to have speakers there above you. Even those upfiring modules, it will emulate a sense of Atmos, but real Atmos, no. Real Atmos, you put speakers above you. At the back, this has some more connectivity. We have the power cable, we have optical, again then the same, Bluetooth, auxiliary, HDMI. We have two. We have an eARC out that's going to go to your TV, and we have an in for if you have a gaming console or something, you want to come here first and then go to the TV. That is very useful for older TVs. So if you have a newer TV, you can just connect one to the eARC and Xbox, everything goes into the TV and the TV will do the rest. But older TVs that do not have eARC, I had an installation like this last week. You will put like the decoder or whatever in here first, then go out to the TV. Otherwise, it's not gonna, older TVs can't switch automatically like the newer TVs do. Then you have a USB, network, and connect. There is the wall mounts I was talking about, and the brackets they include here is to get a bit of spacing if you need it away from the wall, so there's no rubbing and chuffing from this directly to the wall. So that is a nice little rubber grommet that is included in this. So that is the soundbar. I also have the older, bigger Denon soundbar. Was it HTS 718 or something like that? That's now been discontinued. That was a beast. But when you add a sub to this, you don't even notice the difference. That was only on that way I would say that wins is if you don't want a sub. The bass on that bigger soundbar was absolutely phenomenal. The one I'm running in my bedroom, I'm not running a sub. I don't feel I need a sub, but on this one, yes, I feel you need a sub. And again, your smart assistants all built in on this. So let's go over to the star of the show, the subwoofer. Guys, for those of you that have had wireless subs before, anything that comes with your soundbar, even on the equivalent brands being competition to this sub is absolutely phenomenal for its size. And again, it comes in the bag, which I love. Its size, you would not expect the bass that comes from this thing. And I've never been able to figure out how they get this sounding so good. I think it's down a lot to obviously build quality, because this is not built like your average small sub. This is heavy, premium finishing on all of this. Metal inserts. This is an 8-inch driver at the bottom, ported. But everything is just premium on this unit. You have your little LED indicator on there, as you would have with all the other ones, that shows you the state and the connectivity. You have your branding there, the Denon logo, but it all, even this material that they use is very premium. At the back, very minimalist in design. You have power, USB, auxiliary in, Ethernet, that is a reset button, connect button, volume up and down, It's a mute. It's a mute button. Why you would need a mute button at the back of this, I do not know. But these subs, so they're not going to shake the couch. Don't expect shake the couch base. This is a lifestyle orientated product, as all of these will be. And by lifestyle orientated, I mean this, Sonos, Bose, all of those. They are made when you walk into a store and you buy a TV. If you want better audio, but not to complicate things, and then with the option to expand through the house and have its sleek minimalist design, that is a lifestyle orientated product. That is what this is. This, for me, being the cream of the crop. I've used a lot of them. This is what I use in my own house. One, because it integrates seamlessly with my Denon and Morne units, so I don't need to jump from one app to the next. The other thing, of a competitor brand, which I do not like, and it might be the brand that sells more than this, but they went to a previous range, and then as soon as the newest range came out, you now had to get a completely different operating system. So if you had older units, you had to jump to one app to use those, and then in newer units you had to go, no, that to me does not sit well. That's just a marketing ploy to sell more of the new products. This does not happen with these. Your old Denon Homes, and when it was still Heos, all of those still incorporate into the same app. They're not going to stuff you around like that. And as I said before, the sub works with any of these brands. You drag it into the app. Let's say I'm connecting all of this now. I would drag them in one by one. Then I would tell the app where they are situated, in what room. Then if I go to the sub, it will ask me, where do I want to put this sub? In what room? And that is where it will pair that. It will also ask me if I connect the 150s first, and then I connect the soundbar. It's going to ask me, do I want to use the 150s as surrounds? You can say yes if you're going to do that. You can say no if you're not going to do that. You can then add your subwoofer in the same way, and then later on, like I said, you can do party zones. The one thing where Sonos for me is better is that you have the calibration on the app where you can walk around and sort of map the room. You do not have it with this. It is what it is. You can do different levels and stuff and set it up by ear, but there's no app. So Denon and Morne's Heos, if you guys are watching this and taking it seriously, do that. Add that in where you can have a calibration app, so you can walk around with the phone, because most people aren't going to have calibration mics unless you add a mic into your product, which is going to be a lot of R&D. So just let your app do it. Let the app go. Let it measure the distances, and then set the system up as good as possible by just having a phone and the calibration that can pick up, because there is decibel meters in all new modern phones. So guys, that is it. That is the Denon Heos range. I'm going to be setting these up now, and I'm going to be preparing to do the video with the two 350s in stereo, and then we might just add the sub in there for a bit of extra measure. Why not? Stay tuned for that video, guys. Hope you liked this. If you did, please like and subscribe. Share this video. It helps me a tremendous amount. It doesn't cost you anything. Until the next video, stay safe. Cheers. Bye.